fact, I'm going to pause this, is we're going to make this into a second video. So, part 2 will be just continuing this. So, part 2, let's go. If we plug in, well, we already plugged in 2 and we got -6. And let's plug in the rest. You plug in, well, I mean, you do it in a calculator. If I'm going to do this, I'd do 1 squared, that's -4. That's -3 minus 2 is -5. And then plug in 0, I would get -2. Plug in -1, and I get 1 plus 4 is 5, 4, 3. I get 3. And remember, these are just mirrored, so I can just copy these down. -5, -6. No, whoops, undo. It'd be -5, -2, right? And then +3. And now I can plot this. I'm going to graph that, and then I'll graph this one. So I'll probably graph this one in green. The parabola will be in red. So let's plot these. Well, I'll start with my vertex. That's 2 and -6. That's 2 and -6. So I'll go over 2, 1, 2, down 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and put my point there. Remember, you have to do both the ordered pairs before you plot your points. And then I will have, let's erase those. I will have, let's do 1, -5. That's 1, and then down 5. And then 0, down 2. 0, that means I don't move at all. And then I just go down 2. So like, don't move at all, and then 1, 2, go down 2. So that should be right there. And then -1, up 3. Okay, so back 1, 1, 2, 3. All right. So draw that. Back 1, 1, 2, 3. That's where that is. And then the other ones are just mirrored. So my parabola looks like that, something like this. That more accurate you draw it, the easier it'll be to see your answer. So, yeah, there you go. That's the parabola part. And now I'm gonna plot my line. Remember, this is like a 1 there. So how do I graph my line? I just follow the y-intercept, which is -2. So I'll go here, I'll go down 2, 1, 2. I plot that on the y-axis. Oh, I see one of my solutions. And then I follow my slope. This is like 1 over 1. Same thing as just 1. So that means I rise 1, because it's positive. Rise 1. So I start from, remember, you start from the y-intercept. You rise 1, and then you go over 1. And then rise 1, go over 1. I can continue to get a more accurate picture. I can just continue up 1, over 1, up 1, over 1. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I can see that I'm going to land exactly on a point that's on the parabola. So my solutions to this, where did it say? To solve a system by graphing, graph the 2 equations and see where they intersect. Well, these 2 intersect here and here. So my points of intersection, which are also my solutions, I shall write down. So POI, points of intersection. That would be, well, if I want to see what this point is, I move left 0 and then down 2, so that's 0, -2. So, no, that's 0, -2. And then there's another one. That would be this point right here. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 5, 3. So 5, 3. And those are my solutions. Those are my answers. And there you go. That's all she wrote, you know? That's what it is. So what are the steps for this? What are the steps? You only have 3 problems like this, so it won't be that bad. And I give you the coordinate plane so you can graph it accurately. I suggest using a straight edge, but let me write down the steps. Let's write down the steps for this. Yeah. So, steps. The first one was to find the vertex of the parabola. And remember that was using the negative b over 2a, and then plug it in. That's how to get the vertex. The second step was to make a table of values. That's what we did there. And then to plot them. So make a table of values. I went 3 above and 3 below. I think that'll be a good idea, just because the way these problems are designed, they'll intersect it'll intersect at an exact point if you do that. So let's see. Make a table of values. And remember, that's centered at the vertex. Remember, you put the vertex. This is the vertex. You put the vertex in the middle. And then I want you to do three numbers above, 3 numbers below for the x part. And then you can plug those in. Step 3 was to plot everything for your parabola. Plot points, connect them for parabola. And then, well, let me write that down. So plot your points and connect them for your parabola. Step 4 was to graph the line. Graph line. And then step 5 was to find solutions, which were the points of intersection. So find the points of intersection and write them down. They're ordered pairs. And there you have it. Find the points of intersection. Those are your answers. And that's all we have. Ooh, that's a lot of cool stuff. That looks kind of cool. So there you go, huh? All right, I'm gonna stop this now. Step it.